Hi guys, who does not love a good omelette? It is simple, and this version is a super green omelette filled with wonderful things like avocado, goat's cheese, tomatoes, and lots of herbs. But the best thing is the color. It has this fantastic vibrant green color, and that comes from some herbs. I've got some flat leaf parsley here. I'm taking a good handful and obliterating the stalks that I put back, but put that into your blender alongside some chives, a good handful of chives going in here as well. You can mix up whatever herbs you want. Some basil in here would be lovely as well, but basically you're blitzing this up until you get this nice green paste. And the green paste comes from a good handful of spinach leaves. Now, you can do this by hand and chop it up nice and finely, but if you have one of these food processors like this, you're gonna get a really nice fine blitz on your herbs and your spinach. So, on with the mixer, give it a good blitz up. Okay, I have a nice fine chop on my spinach and my herbs. I'm gonna splash in some milk. We're in business. So we have a nice fine paste of that green, and you can see the color that has come out of this mixer. So to this, we're adding 4 large free-range eggs. Now, this is a big omelette. It's gonna feed about 2 people, but if you wanted to make this for just 1, 2 eggs is the job. So, eggs are in. Now give it a good season up with some sea salt and some black pepper, and essentially this is your omelette mix. And if you wanted, you can make an omelette just without this paste, but it does make the difference. You get this wonderful, great color. So, straight on with the lid, and we're gonna blitz this up just to bring the eggs together. Okay, that should do me. Transfer this mixture out and make sure you scrape down all that lovely spinach and herb action. And now I have a pan on a nice high heat. We're gonna add a drop of oil, about a tablespoon of some sunflower oil going in here. Get it nice and hot, and then give this mix a last little whisk through just with a fork. And you do need that nice bit of heat just to make sure your omelette comes together. Draw it in from the sides, making sure that your omelette gets a nice bit of height. We're going to talk about the ingredients that we're going to fill this omelette with. I have some pine nuts, I have some sun-dried tomatoes, and some goat's cheese, but I'm also going to add some avocado. Slice it in half. I'm only going to take about a half an avocado here. So just take up a spoon, and we're going to scoop this once it sets straight over the top and decorate it with all our lovely ingredients. So I'm just going to check around the sides to see how our omelette is doing, and it's coming together quite nicely. You can see that it's getting a bit of color and it's setting up quite nice. So at this point, while it's still cooking out, I'm going to go in there with some of that goat's cheese. You can use any cheese you like here, but I love the flavor of goat's cheese in with all that wonderful herb action. So I'm only putting the goat's cheese on one side here because I'm going to fold this omelette over. Some pine nuts, some lovely sun-dried tomatoes, and with the goat's cheese and all those lovely herbs, you are going to be left with something that's really tasty. Scoop in some of the avocado. I'm just going to take nice little chunks just like that. Okay, this is looking pretty good now, nice and solid, so it's time to flip one side over the other. So once you've turned it over, let it cook out for just a minute or so, and now it is time to serve it up. You have all those little ingredients, a sprinkle of pine nuts, some extra little herbs over the top, and it's good to go. But I think this omelette is ready to serve right now. So just gently tease it out of the pan. That looks great. We've got all that little oozy bit of goat's cheese, that wonderful cherry tomato, which is sun-blushed and sweet and delicious. I'm going to season it up with a tiny pinch more salt and pepper over the top. Last little sprinkle of parsley over the top just to garnish. Some lovely pine nuts, and you have got breakfast, brunch, dinner, whatever way you want to do it, you've got it ready to go. So, time to taste. Let's grab up a little bit of that omelette. Make sure I get some of those tomatoes and the goat's cheese. I know I always say it's good, but this is really, really good. You get that lovely saltiness from the goat's cheese, that kind of earthy taste, the sweetness from the tomatoes, and then this really super green interior to that brilliant omelette. It's just really tasty, and it's a simple sort of quick cooking dish that I would make up for my supper, for a breakfast, even for a lunch. The recipe you will find in my new book, Eat, Live, Go, filled with lots of quick cooking recipes and delicious, tasty morsels. If you want the full recipe, you can find it out in the box below over on my website. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for lots more delicious recipes just like this one. Until then, my friends, I'll see you soon. Goodbye.